Hello, folks, friends, neighbors, citizens. Uh, Welcome to my daily ad hoc ranting uh, and my internet show of ad hoc ranting. Great points, sprawling and scattered and here and there, but great points nonetheless. There is no political correctness here. There is no appeasing elites. There is no elite. There's no rubbing shoulders. Here you get the facts. That's it. Am I 100% correct? Close to it. But uh, if I find out that I was wrong about certain points, I will come back and clarify it. I owe my listeners that. So today's point is very short and sweet. Not so sweet. No, not so sweet. And it's in the core, as a matter of fact. It's an ugly fact that is about to happen. It's like a bubble about to rupture. It's about something that I expect to happen. And when I say that, sometimes I pray that what I'm seeing, oh, wait a minute. Here we go. What I'm seeing doesn't happen. I pray because what's happening is done by others who are void of soul, void of humanity, void of anything that is normal, anything that is human, anything that is civilized, anything that is developed, anything that is sophisticated, anything that is smart or intelligent, or basically. What we're talking about here is that creature in the ski mask that lives in Moscow. You know the movies series I'm talking about, right? Michael Myers and Jason and so on. That's not harsh. I've been looking at the record of this Pustalenin, which I sometimes call Lizard Eye of Moscow, and his cabal, right? I don't see anything else really. All I see is people in the intelligence where they harm people, put people into trouble. Their job is anything but the security of the state. The security of the cabal, yes, but not the security of Russia. The security of Russia is work, plays, and dangles and handles, and within the security of within the context of the security of the cabal. If the cabal is threatening Russia, Russia will go. They will make sure of that. This cabal of Pustalenin. So now back to our original rant or point that I'm making this video for. And this is for Russians, really. I'm talking to Russians here. Because they're probably, they have some ominous signs or telltale or apprehension about what may or may not happen now that this war of this ugly war of Pustalenin and so on is not winding down or not going well at all. In fact, there's anything but defeat right now. I expect major failure, in fact, on the military level, whether in Ukraine or elsewhere. I expect to see a major failure sometime soon, or maybe not soon, I don't know. I said this before, right? Yes, you heard it here first, right? So now back to that ski mask face with ski mask Pustalenin, or Putin for that matter. Sometimes I think he's deep fake because there was a story about him being dead or having had intestinal cancer and so on. And that's possible, not just deep fake, but also a substitute, not a substitute, but a look-alike or a decoy. Decoy, not the decoy of Daffy Duck, no, not that. But but a live decoy, right? Yeah. So anyways, here's what I believe now. I said this before, and then eventually I got proven about him making certain statements toward that effect, that this Pustalenin is going to blood purge Russia. So you who are in the intelligence community, in the military community, and diplomatic community, no matter who you are, uh, even those who are watching this, let that apprehension, not that in your mind that Pustalenin is going to blood purge the government in Russia and Russia in general. Let that not materialize into reality. Why would he want to do that? Because the failure in Ukraine for a man on a mission, evil mission for that matter, to serve his cabal and advance their cause and rule over Europe and so on and so forth. This was a grand plan. Many of you know it. Many of you really do know it. This is a grand plan, and he was going to go into Europe. It was supposed to be with help from Trump when he was a president, but guess what? He's getting help nonetheless. Not officially, not anymore, because Trump was going to shear off the Constitution and basically intervene against Ukraine. But he's getting help now. Pustalenin is getting help, a lot of financial and intelligence and help from UAE, from the Gulf countries in general, and from Chinese and from the US, not officially. So there is plenty of help going that route. That's why their ruble or ruble is holding, and otherwise, believe me, this country would have collapsed long time ago, whether in Chechnya or Syria or now in Ukraine or anywhere else. But nonetheless, the reason he doesn't like what happened in Ukraine, and now that has basically destroyed his plan and his mission and his wave and sweep to sweep west and so on and so forth. Something big just faltered. That guy Pustalenin, just basically his grand scheme, grand plan, not just him, his cabal. Let's put it this way. Backed up by Israel, of course, and under the umbrella of Israel. That's the government of Zion is going to take over Europe directly, not indirectly, but directly. That was the mission, and it just faltered. So he's mad, and you saw that. I don't need to remind you or lecture you or cite evidence or point you to a certain record. No. He's mad. He's gone psychotic. He's gone insane. But now he's holding back. He's trying to control himself so as not to exacerbate his situation and that of what's going on in Ukraine. Not that's going to help, no, but for him, he got an advice, I think, from Israelis or Zionists, and told him cool down a little bit. Something similar to Zion advising Stalin when he ran out of Moscow, when the Germans closed in on Moscow and so on, and they calmed them down because they had assurances that they will be successful back in from behind the lines in Germany. And sure enough, it worked. It was really Germany who destroyed itself. Not the Germans, but the cabal that is Pustalenin, that ruled Germany, that called Hitler, right? So anyways, that said, that's what's going on. So he's going to purge the country. He's going to renew it, for that matter. For him, this vehicle that's called Russia, or the government of Russia, basically didn't function well. Now he's going to drop it and buy a new car. He's going to junk it, put it in the junkyard, and buy a new car. He's going to set an example for the newcomers into this new truck or new vehicle that he's going to establish instead of the existing failing and failed vehicle, that he will not allow what has appeared to be decay and failure that is unseen, accumulating over the years and so on and so forth. He's definitely going to do something about it. And you in the intelligence community and in the military community and government officials and whoever you are in the current Russian regime or establishment, you're in for a surprise, folks, bloody one. So my advice to you is, this is it now. Right now, if you wait until he exits Ukraine, and there's no doubt that eventually he will have to acknowledge it, right? If he doesn't, it'll keep going and going and going and going. But nonetheless, and he's gonna lose more, and we know that it's called war of attrition. I coined that in an earlier. Well, I didn't coin it, but I used it in an earlier tweet in regards to what's going on in Ukraine. Sure enough, look at it. He's turning it into a war of attrition. He is being attritioned, exhausted and depleted and emptied and so on. Not Ukraine. Oh, no, you don't understand. I don't want to underestimate the faculty or understanding or mindset of the Russians here. It's not like they're oblivious to that, but it seems to me like they're lethargic about making a move to alleviate or to guarantee their future. Remember, when the wall was removed in West Berlin, a lot of people from East Germany, from Bulgaria, from here and there, even though it seems like to be a done deal, right, that they're going to be free and so on. So they know they didn't wait until that is confirmed. They drove westward into Germany and so on and so forth, because just in case there is a change of mind, they will not be stuck again. You get it, right? So that's what it is, you Russians. It's going to happen to you. It's coming sooner or later. Whether you're listening to these words or whether you're watching it or whether you're reading my tweets and so on and so forth, that is coming. That is coming. You don't know that Pustalenin, the one who told you he ran away from rats. Believe me, here's something for you to consider about him running away from attacking rats and running away from rats, right? And then barricading himself in some room or something, elevator, I don't know, I don't recall. Rats do understand people, other creatures. Rats are smart, right? Some creatures on this planet pride themselves about being rats, you know, that they operate underground and so on and so forth. That's why they use the word I smell rat, right? You know, I do smell rat or hear rats, yeah. And they saw in him someone that is extremely disturbed and weakling. That's why the rat attacked him, right? I have never seen a rat attack human, right? Unless the human is really looked to him like something else that is attackable, that is feasible, that is an attack on that human, which is he, Pustalenin, is feasible. Believe me, that rat read him before anybody else did. That's funny, isn't it? Hey, that's smart, man. That's intelligence, motherfuckers. That comes from Arabs. Anyways, sorry about that. I used the word MF. I don't mean that. I used to work in the in the hoods, right? When I came to this country, so I acquired the language. I like black people, you know, like black people are my buddies, right? So I use their language sometimes, you know. That influence I don't regret. Bad language, you know, but they're cool people at the end of the day, you know. They're very simple and they're harmless, really, and they're harmless, so harmless that Israelis are using them, the established movements in them, to support their own political designs and ulterior motives and so on in the United States. Some of the movements established by Israel, or Israelis for that matter, is Black Lives Matter, civil rights movements, Rainbow Push Coalition. Oh, you didn't know that Jesse Jackson is an Israeli? Oh, now it's not about time you knew. Well, so is his brother, Louis Farrakhan. He's a rabbi. He's not a Muslim. Although he calls it the nation of Islam. It's anything but Islam. It's Islam on the facade. It's a trick because black people relate to Islam when they were in Africa and so on before they came here, and that it was a religion of equality and emancipation from slavery and so on and so forth. So they identify with it. So now he displays the kiosk of Islam, and then when you enter, you begin to realize that you're just like a bull or a cow who just entered the slaughterhouse. And then from there on, of course, he makes you Masonic and worship devils and hate Muslims, right? And then bark and bow down to Jews. Well, so is Black Lives Matter, so is Rainbow Push Coalition, so is the Nation of Islam under this guy, Louis Farrakhan, and so is Civil rights movement. That was the biggest detrimental movement against black people that was ever established. And its leader, oh, he got whacked. Why? Because often the case, if the dog begins to bark a little bit, you know that he's seen the promised land. Oh, they whack him, right? You don't talk shit like that. Yeah. I remember when somebody complained or asked about reward, right? In this movie. And he asked the devil about a reward. He says, you freak, the service of them Jews devils is a reward. The service itself, you serve them, that's your reward. Okay. So anyways, you Russians, I bet you money, folks. There will be bloodletting in your country just similar to Lenin and Stalin. No different. He will purge it. Blood, mother of all blood purges, whether it was for against Scandinavians or Germanics and against you Russians as well. That is coming, you fucks, and you know it. I hope you try to get out now, because to me, your families and shit like that. Maybe you want to get out, but you can't. Spread the word, folks. Have a nice day, my friends. And